Delhi's pollution has always been in the limelight. And when it comes to pollution, the ministry which gets maximum attention and focus is, of course, the Transport Ministry. We have with us Mr. Kailash Gahlot, who's the Transport Minister of Delhi. Gahlot Saab, thank you so much for speaking to Hindustan Times and Mint. Recently, you have launched this luxury bus app scheme. Please tell us, our audiences, about the app and how will it help in curtailing the pollution levels in Delhi.
Yeah. So this premium bus aggregator scheme, which was notified yesterday only, is a very interesting scheme and very close to the heart of Honorable CM Arvind Kejriwal. Interesting for two reasons. One is that we have given absolute freedom to the private player to choose his own routes. The other is complete freedom about the fare. The only condition is the fare cannot be less than the DTC peak fare. Otherwise, he is absolutely free according to the passenger demands to decide his own fare. And as the name suggests, premium bus aggregator scheme, the buses are premium. Just to give you an idea why we are saying it premium, one is these buses will be fully air conditioned. Seats will be comfortable, preferably reclining seats. Third, there will be CCTV. As you can see in these buses, there are CCTVs. So minimum 2 CCTVs are mandatory. There will be panic button for the safety and security of the passengers. If you see, there are panic button here also. So similar kind of panic buttons will be there in those buses also.
Okay.
Standing will not be allowed. Ticketing can only be digital. You cannot hail and ride. मतलब आप हाथ दे के बस को तुरंत आप रोक नहीं सकते. मिनिमम 2 मिनट पहले आपकी वो टिकट जो है डिजिटल मोड से वो टिकट बुक हो जानी चाहिए. एंड आई थिंक विद दीज काइंड ऑफ फीचर्स आई एम प्रीटी श्योर दैट once this scheme gets operational, within 90 days, any private player has to file the application, make his minimum 25 buses operational. I am pretty sure that once the buses are rolled out and this scheme is operational, Delhiites and especially people who are going to offices will shift to these premium buses because again, repeating, we have given absolute freedom, minimum intervention and interference of the government or transport department, complete freedom to the private player to decide his own routes and decide the fare also.
Now, Gahlot sir, what happens is like you have kept the pricing restricted to players only. They can decide the prices, right? Now, when it comes to private cabs, we have seen how surge pricing takes place, especially in weather conditions when there is high rain, when there are conditions which are not normal. So, how will you ensure that surge pricing does not become a menace for a private consumer, as it has in many cases with private cab apps?
No, I don't think. Well, we have not thought about this surge pricing thing because there is not one passenger in the bus.
Yeah.
There will be at least.
And that's why it becomes more relevant.
According to the size of the bus, whether it is a mini, midi, or I think let's see. Let this scheme be operational. Let it buses get inducted, and if need arises, then we'll take some action.
Gahlot Saab, you have taken a humongous task in your hands. Now, when it comes to people of Delhi, it becomes very difficult to convince them to opt for public transport. And Delhi has a lot of people coming from outside neighboring cities like National Capital Region, from Faridabad, from Gurgaon, from Noida, Greater Noida. How will you convince people to opt for public transport instead of taking their private vehicle? I mean, it's the right thing to do. But conviction comes at a higher cost when it comes to ordinary people. So what's your plan regarding conviction?
No, I think as a responsible state and as a responsible government, we can create the infrastructure, we can create the environment, and I'm sure that once that the perfect environment is there, good number of buses, adequate number of buses, reliable, efficient. Now with the introduction of these premium buses, I'm pretty sure that, and Delhiites, I think they have, for example, electric vehicles. It's a new technology. I mean, there were a lot of apprehensions, a lot of fear amongst the minds of people कि ये नया टेक्नोलॉजी है, बंद हो जाएगा गाड़ी, what do I do? Charging मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा? But still, I think rather I would like to congratulate. I have said so on many other forums. I should congratulate people of Delhi that despite being a new technology, beautifully they have adopted this technology.
Sure.
मैं एक अगर साधारण आदमी की तरह सोचूं तो अगर मुझे प्रीमियम बस अवेलेबल है
हम्म,
जो मेरे हिसाब से जा रही है,
हम्म,
वो जो सरकारी वाला रूट है वो तो नहीं ले रही है,
हम्म,
जो प्राइवेट प्लेयर है वो भी ये देखेगा कि डिमांड जो है वो फ्रॉम ए पॉइंट टू बी पॉइंट,
हम्म,
ए अगर घर माने और बी उसका ऑफिस माने,
हम्म,
तो ए वुड लाइक टू ट्रैवल टू बी पॉइंट विद मिनिमम टाइम। तो आई थिंक प्राइवेट प्लेयर भी वो रूट अपना ऐसे ही डिज़ाइन करेंगे कि बहुत ज़्यादा रूट घूम के नहीं है।
हम्म,
तो अगर प्रीमियम बसेज हैं, कंफर्टेबल बसेज मिल रही हैं, एयर कंडीशन बसेज मिल रही हैं, रूट उसके हिसाब से बना हुआ है, तो अगर मैं भी हूँ तो मैं भी सोचूंगा कि यार मुझे क्या ज़रूरत है ट्रैफिक में और अपनी गाड़ी लेके वो चला के, क्योंकि आप जब गाड़ी चलाते हो तो यू आर ऑल्सो अंडर लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर,
Sure.
यू ऑल्सो एक्सर्ट.
Now, Gehlot Saab, of course, there you rightly mentioned that it will take some time for people to get convinced and not for public mode of transport. Now, since we spoke about surge pricing, talking about the operational complexities, surge pricing being one of them. Now, you have also given freedom to the private players to choose their own route. There will be complications arising. Have you thought of some complications beforehand, or would you like to tackle them as they arise?
See, uh, we cannot foresee each and everything. We are also learning, and but we learn very quickly.
Sure.
This government learns very quickly. We respond very swiftly. तो क्योंकि हमारा जो सरकार है वो माननीय श्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी डिसीजन जो है तुरंत लेते हैं.
Sure.
तो जैसी ज़रूरत पड़ेगी हम बिल्कुल रिएक्ट करेंगे. एंड सी वी अगर वो पॉलिसी को, स्कीम को अगर बहुत ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेट शुरू में कर देते हैं तो फिर प्रॉब्लम होती है. Because then it becomes that red tapeism वाला part, पूरा bureaucratic वाला एंगल उसमें आ जाता है and becomes very difficult. Rather वो disincentive हो जाता है. That's why we have kept this policy scheme very simple. Bare minimum interference and intervention of the government. Full freedom to the private player कि आप अपना बसेज इंडक्ट करें, रूट अपना बनाएं, फेयर अपना डिसाइड करें, बढ़िया बसें होनी चाहिए, पैसेंजर को दिक्कत नहीं होनी चाहिए. हाँ, अगर कोई मिसयूज़ करेगा, इफ़ देयर इज़ वायलेशन वील टेक एक्शन. एंड एज द टाइम विल पास वी विल ऑल्सो लर्न, वी विल गेट सजेशंस, वी विल गेट फीडबैक.